Before the fight even began, the difference was clear. One man tried to dominate with words, pressure, and disrespect, even a slap. The other stayed silent. No reaction, no drama, just focus. That silence wasn't fear, it was restraint. Once the bell rang, the tone shifted. Jackson advanced with calm violence, breaking rhythm and confidence. Every exchange took something away. Every mistake was punished. By the third round, after two knockdowns, the noise disappeared, the confidence drained, and the man who talked the most chose to quit. Control beat chaos, and karma did the rest. Take a look at this moment. Cage Rage Tournament. Attila Kubali steps into the cage against Richard Boken. Before the fight starts, Richard extends his hand, a simple sign of respect. But Kubali chooses a different path. Instead of touching gloves, he responds with a dirty move that shocks everyone. The crowd freezes. Even the referee needs a second to process what just happened. The fight is stopped, and the rules are explained. This is sport, not street behavior. But words mean nothing to Attila. Once the fight resumes, he crosses the line again, the legal knees to the head. The referee rushes in, but Kubali refuses to let go. And then something rare happens. The referee himself applies a choke to stop the chaos. The ending is inevitable. Disqualification. Dirty tactics always lead to the same result: instant karma. The undefeated Japanese fighter stepped into the cage in silence. He had just destroyed a Muay Thai legend's countryman right in front of him. For a moment, even Rodtang, the Iron Man, paused, measuring how dangerous the challenger truly was. Rodtang knew him well. They had already survived real wars together. Pain, pressure, brutal exchanges. But while Rodtang endured, the Japanese fighter evolved. Cold, controlled, untouched by chaos. The fight world waited for one thing: their final meeting. Years of delays turned this clash into a myth. And in 2024, it finally happened. No trash talk, no theatrics, just one message in the eyes: I'm ready. The arena expected 5 rounds of war, but war never came. Less than a minute in, Rodtang fired a perfectly timed left hook. It landed clean on the jaw. The sound echoed. Time froze. The body collapsed. Silence. Shock. And the truth was clear. With one punch, Rodtang erased years of hype and reminded the world: the king is still on the throne. This tattooed fighter acts like the cage is already his. He steps forward, jabs his glove into his opponent's face, convinced that arrogance equals power. Provocation is his weapon. Noise is his shield. Across from him is silence. His opponent stays calm, like a snake before the strike. No reaction, no rush. Real danger doesn't bark. It waits. When the fight starts, the Australian loses control. His movement tightens, his focus slips, and the opening appears. Stepping back, a sharp kick lands clean on the jaw. He could finish it there. Instead, he lowers his hands, offering a false chance. It wasn't mercy, it was bait. The next attack is instant. Clean shots. No escape. The noise fades. Karma speaks. Take a look at these two before the fight. One is performing, loud, invasive, trying to break his opponent before the bell. He believes noise creates dominance. The other stays silent. No reactions. No gestures. No rush. His calm isn't for show. It's the stillness of someone who came to settle things, not argue. The bell erases the theater. He moves first, clean, deliberate, without hesitation. Every entry disrupts the rhythm. Every takedown drains confidence. Words no longer matter. He doesn't force the finish. He waits. Patience is his weapon. He knows the mistake will come, and it does. A split second. The grip closes. There's no escape. But the real statement comes after. No celebration. No disrespect. Just a gesture of respect. Because real power doesn't announce itself. It speaks at the end. The referee called for a break. The action was supposed to stop. That's when he stepped in. A strike thrown in a moment where no strike should exist. It wasn't confusion. It wasn't instinct. It was timing, chosen carefully. The Moroccan fighter hesitated for a split second, not from fear, but from surprise. Then he walked straight toward him. Eye to eye. The answer? A grin. Head lifted, as if daring the consequence to arrive. The official intervened immediately. Points taken. Warnings issued. Still, nothing changed. Moments later, he crossed the same line again. Another blow in a space where rules were already spoken. This wasn't skill on display. It was disrespect disguised as confidence. A fighter mistaking chaos for control. But the ring doesn't negotiate with that mindset. It responds. The Moroccan returned sharper, colder, focused on one thing only, ending what should have never happened. Just look at what this little predator does. Dariush didn't even realize what hit him, a lightning-fast attack, and a few seconds later, he was out cold. That knockout instantly put Alexander Hernandez on the map and gave him the confidence to act like a future superstar. Riding an 8-fight win streak, he entered the UFC loud, cocky, and fearless. And when he got matched with Donald "Cowboy" Cerrone, Hernandez saw the perfect chance to make a statement. At press conferences, he mocked the veteran, called him old and slow, and promised to destroy him in the first round. And at first, it looked like he might deliver. Hernandez rushed forward from the opening seconds, throwing fast combos, pressuring, landing knees. But he didn't understand one thing. Once Cerrone warms up, he becomes one of the most dangerous finishers in the division. After surviving the early storm, Cowboy activated his timing and experience. Sharp jabs, clean counters, cracking kicks, the pace shifted, and suddenly Hernandez looked confused and exhausted. In the second round, Cerrone took full control. And then came the iconic moment, a crushing middle kick, Hernandez stumbling, and Cowboy firing his signature high kick combination. His shin whipped across Hernandez's face, followed by a quick barrage, and the fight was stopped. That night, Cerrone reminded everyone exactly why he's considered a legend. This is the story of how Mike Tyson kept a promise to his idol, Muhammad Ali. After a 2-year break, Ali returned to the ring to face his former sparring partner, Larry Holmes. But by that time, Parkinson's disease had already weakened him. That night, Ali was only a shadow of his old self. Holmes, once Ali's student, boldly promised to become the first man to knock him out. In the fight, Holmes dominated every round. Ali, heavier than usual, was forced to fight for financial reasons. After 10 brutal rounds and over 300 punches taken, Ali's trainer Angelo Dundee stopped the beating. A year later, the legend retired. Among those watching was a 14-year-old Mike Tyson. Shocked by what he saw, he called Ali and said, "When I grow up, I'll get revenge for you." For 7 years, Tyson trained relentlessly until he finally faced Holmes himself. Before the fight, Ali told him, "Get him for me, Mike." Holmes entered the ring with 48 wins and only 1 loss. He tried to run, clinch, and tire Tyson out. But in the 4th round, a crushing right hand broke through his guard. Holmes went down for the first time in his career, and seconds later, Tyson finished him. That night, Iron Mike fulfilled his promise and delivered one of the greatest acts of revenge in boxing history.